Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing a 5-minute scalping strategy. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below in the description, and you should also see it pop up in the top corner right now. There is also a link down below to sign up for TradingView. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform where we are having great discussions about all things to do with trading. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing a 5-minute scalping strategy. Before we do though, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So, to date, we have tested 348 indicators, and out of those 348 indicators, 141 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you can take any one of those 141 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Also, to date, we have tested 18 total strategies. This one will be the 19th, and we have had 3 winners. So back to today's strategy. Like I said, it is a 5-minute scalping strategy, and we are using pivot points, specifically the Camarilla pivot points. So typically we are testing indicators, but once a week we do test a strategy that I typically find on YouTube where the creator claims that it is a profitable strategy. So the indicator, again, that we are using is the Camarilla pivot points. And specifically, I am using, let's see, the Camarilla pivot points V1 by H Potter. I will link to it down below in the description. And then I went in and I turned off everything but the S3, S4, and R3 and R4 levels. And you can see those here on screen. So what we are looking for is we are again on the 5-minute time frame. We are testing this on the CAD versus the Japanese yen, and we are looking for a specific week where the pivot points are within the last week's pivot points. So if you see here, this is the uppermost pivot point and the lowermost pivot point of this week. And you can see here on this week, the uppermost and lowermost pivot point has stayed within this upper and lower pivot point here. And then what we are looking for is we are looking for price to break out either above the upper pivot point or the lower pivot point of this week. And you can see that it happens right here on this particular candle there. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use the next pivot point up. And so this is, I believe, the, which one is that? The S3. And so the S3 pivot point line will then become our stop. And right there puts us at about 10 pips. And then we are going to do a 1.5 take profit of our stop. And so 1.5 risk to reward. And then that would give us roughly, get on the right line there. And so that would give us roughly 15 pips to our take profit. And you see here that in this particular case, it came down, it tried, it then came up and failed and broke up above our stop there, stopping us out for a loss, which is bound to happen. Then you look over here, and on this next one here, we get to take profit. Very similar setup here. We're at 15 pip take profit, and you see that it gets there rather nicely. And so that's the basic setup of this strategy. And so you just follow this along on the 5 minute, and again, you just look for instances where the pivots are within last week's, and then you wait for the breakout to the upside or the downside. The pivots being within last week means that there is technically a range of the price action taking place, and we're looking for a breakout of that range to the upside or the downside. All right, so now we're going to take a look at a long version of this. All right, so you can see here I have everything kind of scrunched in so that way you can see that this particular week's pivot points, the high and the low, are within this week's pivot points. And then you can see here that right here, let me adjust that a little bit there so you can see that right there we get a breakout of the upper pivot point here, and you can see that it took off rather nicely, getting us to the take profit that we're looking for. Let's see, what were we at? Right about the same, 15 pip take profit, and it got there really nicely. All right, so before we take a look at what this strategy was able to achieve overall, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, whether you are a new trader or an experienced trader, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link down below to our Discord and to our Patreon. Once you sign up for that, then you will have access. Once you sign up for the Patreon, then you will have access to the Patreon only channel on our Discord server, where we are posting some really good advanced information, topics about strategies and trading, and so on. Really great stuff. Our admin Jay has put together a rather lengthy list of winning indicators for the MT platform. So if you use the MT platforms, that could be very useful for you to have. And as a Patreon, you also get the entire winning list of indicators that we have tested. So hundreds of indicators we have tested with lots of winners. Really, really great information. Our regular members and the admins are posting almost daily trade analysis as well. And so they're posting screenshots, markup of where they have support and resistance, or indicators that they're using, where they are entering, exiting trades, taking profit, the whole deal. Growing small accounts very quickly with that information that would really, really be beneficial to any new traders out there. Or again, if you're an experienced trader and just want to be around like-minded people, really, really great stuff. You also get a spreadsheet of all the strategies that we have tested, which ones were winners and which ones were losers. So really, really great stuff, like I said. All right, so what was this strategy able to achieve? Well, let's see here. Let's get this back here. Let me actually go and switch this to a 15-minute time frame, because on the 5 minute everything seems to act a little funky sometimes. All right, so here we are. I did 39 tests of this particular strategy, and I stopped at 39 because that was as far back as the bar replay would actually let me go on a 5-minute time frame. And the information without using the bar replay on a 5-minute time frame, it will not let you go back that far. And so that's the first problem with this, is that it doesn't give enough signals for you to be able to, in my opinion, really utilize a scalping strategy like this. Maybe across enough pairs, possibly, but that's not the nail in the coffin, I guess I should say. So out of those 39 trades, we only got 9 winners and we had 30 losers, and so that's 23%. And even with a 1.5 to 1 risk reward, then, or I guess I should say 1 to 1.5 risk reward, then this is not a profitable strategy. We've done a strategy on pivot points already before that utilize some other indicators to really help filter out what would be good trades and bad trades. And so I highly recommend you go back and look at that one, which I don't think it was a strategy testing video. It's just a strategy that I've used before. And so really good stuff on the other video. This one I would not recommend for you to try to scalp the market using this particular strategy. And then, interesting enough, again, we are going to touch base on something that I get questioned about quite often, and that is the number of signals that we use when we're testing indicators, or the number of trades that we test when we are doing the strategy videos. And so every now and then people will come along and they will say, well, statistically, if you have anything under 100 tests, 100 practice trades, then statistically the information is irrelevant. And so let's go back and look at, I did this on the last strategy video, and so that way we can kind of keep track of this. You see here are 10 trades, so I did 10 trades, or 10 signals, and then I documented how many were winners, how many were losers. So we had 10, we had 2 winners, we had 8 losing trades. Here's another 10, we had 3 winners, and we had 7 losing trades. Here's another 10, we had 3 winners and 7 losing trades. And on the very last one, we had 9 winners and we had 8 losing trades, or I'm sorry, 9 trades altogether. Have I been saying that wrong the whole time? 1 winner and 8 losing trades. And so you see, over every 10 signals, or every 10 trades, the winners and the losing trades, so the win-loss ratio, stayed relatively consistent. They didn't swing so far in one direction or another to consider every 10 trades to be statistically insignificant. And I see this a lot, again, whenever I'm testing strategies, and I see it a lot whenever I'm testing indicators, is that even on a small scale, the number of trades that we tested against statistically is very telling and tends to scale quite evenly. Every now and then we'll get one that doesn't, but almost always we see this. So that can be a good talking point to the argument of, well, 100 trades, you need 100 trades for it to be significant. It's not really the case. So, all right, we did another strategy here. This one definitely is not a winning strategy. Do not use this strategy. It's not going to work out for you very well. We will pick up on the next video testing indicators again, and tune in next week if you want to see the next strategy that we test. Again, we've tested a few that were winners. If you want that list, sign up for our Patreon. Great stuff. So I'm going to end the video here. That way things don't get any more longer than it is, and we'll see you on the next video. If you have not already, like this video, share this video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. so that way you know what indicators we have tested and are testing. Also, there is a link down below to join our Discord server, which is a free group communication platform where we discuss all things trading related. There is also a link down below to TradingView, and if you use that link to TradingView to sign up for an account, you will save a little bit of money. And lastly, there is a link down below to sign up for Patreon. Please sign up for the Patreon and support the channel the best way you can.